Hi, Anthony. How are you doing?
Good, my friend. Where you out of, by the way? What state?
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay. What you
Just
yeah.
just
I'll just read it off. So if we conduct a knock and talk, right, for a follow-up investigation, say for a theft, and we walk up to the front door under social norms, creating the red zone into the green zone, obviously, right? We're not
Oh,
seeing
yellow. It's yellow zone.
or yellow zone, sorry.
yellow.
Green is going to be the street, my bad.
Correct. That's
Uh,
okay.
so I all of a sudden see a vehicle parked there on the driveway, or it could be the carport, and I run the license plate, comes back stolen. No one opens the door, so now we're there. Obviously, we have no exigency, and we don't have consent. Uh, can we grab and go, or are we blocked by Collinsby, Virginia?
Okay. Stay on the line just in case we have follow-up questions. I'm gonna mute you for a second. Okay, what do you think about that answer then?
Well, your case in point is on point.
Yeah, Collins.
That's exactly Collins. Collins was a stolen motorcycle. Was it Ryan, right? Ryan Collins, prolific motorcycle thief, speeding around town. And those almost exact circumstances. The motorcycle was parked in the carport directly next to the house, or as we like to talk about here on Blood Gold, on the curtilage. And as you're describing it, Mara, it sounds like the vehicle you're talking about is on the curtilage. As you walk up, that's fine. You're on the yellow to make contact there. Could the Girl Scouts do it? Yeah, then you can do it.
They can go. Yeah, they can go into do the knock and talk.
They can go do that knock and talk.
Okay.
If we start to branch out from there becomes the problem. And yes, that vehicle is stolen, but you said it, Mario, in the question here. Do we have an exigency? Is there a justification for us recovering that vehicle? And as it stands, based on this, you said no exigency, then no, it's on the curtilage. It's protected like the home itself, and that comes from Jardines. We talk about this here, and protections around the home, and proximity to the home is what we talk about, and what it's used for, and site screening, all those factors that come into this. But as it stands, no. However, you change the facts, change the outcome, right?
All right. So look, this is a very common question, and maybe we need some more case law on this. But let me just also add to what Mike just said, and also Sean, I want you to get on deck and ask a question just like Mario is. Here's the problem, Mario. The problem is that, well, first of all, let me tell you the good news. The good news is that if you went up to a house, you did a legitimate knock and talk. Okay, I love that part. You actually went onto the property to do something that is objectively reasonable. If you saw something in plain view, like let's say that you saw, a jumpsuit from a robbery, and it's on like this bench on the patio. You can absolutely grab it and go without question. As long as you have lawful access to that item, you could absolutely grab it and go. The problem, my friend, is this with cars. If the car is on curtilage, and I don't have any problem with you running the VIN, but if the car is on curtilage, what gives police the right to invite Bobby, the truck driver, the tow truck driver?
That's gonna be Bobby.
Billy.
There you go.
Jimmy. I don't give a shit. It ends with a Y. What gives the police to invite Jimmy, the tow truck driver, onto that man's curtilage to hook up that car and go? And I'm just telling you, like Mike spoke about earlier, he talked about levels of intrusion. He talked about, hey, yeah, we may be good to go into the residence, whatever, but the way we execute it may be unlawful. And that's the problem there. I don't see how we have the authority to invite non-law enforcement officers onto the curtilage to start manipulating and hooking up evidence. I just don't see that. I just don't. I don't see how that is lawful. I don't know how we have the authority to call that guy and say, hey, come on up and hook up your chains. And that is the problem, my friend. So unfortunately, it's not clear cut, but my answer to this, if you could literally grab and go, if it was a motorcycle and you could literally, if you're in the place where you're allowed to be. Collins is a little weird because it's in the
kind of off to the side.
It's off to the side, and it should probably be over there. But if literally it's where you're allowed to go, and you want to roll that bike, and the handlebars not locked, and you want to roll out to the street, I think it's defensible. I'm going to teach it today. I think that you could do that.
Well, of course, you right to be there,
right to be, right
Check.
to see, right. And Mario talks about grab and go, which is something we use.
Absolutely.
But you can't grab and go cars without the tow truck driver, and that's the problem. Mario, what do you think about that?
No, I got it. We were discussing that today, and we were talking about what if we're lawfully inside a residence, a protective sweep has been conducted, waiting for a search warrant for a CAC case, and
CSC.
crimes against children case.
That's all.
And we're just waiting for the search warrant. Then all of a sudden, as we're doing the sweep, there's a vehicle that comes back stolen. It's inside the garage. But we were talking that we would amend the search warrant in that case, and then we would obviously, if it's stolen, we can take the car from inside the garage, or to include it on the search warrant, right? If it's stolen in the garage.
No, you don't need a warrant for that. Okay, so I
Or in
understand.
that case, then we take it.
Yes, because are you lawfully present in that garage?
Yes, we're lawfully present. So
Yeah, and you already have. Look, it's different, right? Because you are allowed when under search warrants, you are allowed to call those resources necessary to process the search warrant. So you can call CSI. You don't have to ask the judge permission to call CSI. You can call, well, I mean, CSI is probably your main one. But you can call, for example, let's say you're doing a stolen property case. You can call the victims if you really wanted to come over to that person's house. Hey, come on in. Do you see your stolen property in here? You can do that, even though the judge has not signed off on it. So that to me is equivalent to what's happening in your case because you have a warrant. But the warrantless issue, I'm sorry, but I just don't think it's okay for the tow truck driver to get on people's curtilage to start hooking up cars without. I mean, I just don't see how you have that authority. It's not because you don't have the warrant to process the crime scene.
Yeah.
Mike, I mean,
yeah, that makes sense.
maybe I'm wrong. Hey, look, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am on this one.
I think it kind of falls back into what we talked about, like that plain view observation, and then is there a further constitutional intrusion to grab, go, whatever it may be? And I think that falls in,
Yeah,
like we're talking about the jumpsuit. So
Yeah, the grab and go is
Mhm.
good. And also, if you have a warrant, you're good. But if you don't have a warrant, grab and go requires, I think, literally, you can grab and go. If you have to invite third parties onto the scene, get a warrant for that to get the judicial authority to invite that tow truck driver onto that person's curtilage. Cool?
cool. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend.